What's up everybody, my name is Montana. Now in today's video, I got, as you can see by the title, I got a damn titanium exhaust from Alibaba. And I waited like 2.5 months for this damn exhaust, and right now we're gonna attempt to install it, like by like DIY edition. And Alright guys, so this is a quick little sound check right here before we actually install the titanium exhaust. And this is with the valves closed, and this is also a cold start, so it sounds a bit more aggressive than usual. But I wanted to show you guys that before we actually switched everything up, so yeah. Guys, so first things first, what you're gonna need is obviously we're gonna need to get this car on jack stands. Down here at the bottom there's a jacking point. I don't know if you can see it, but it's this big rubber pad right here, and we can lift the whole front end up from this pad right here because that's what this is for. And when we get to the rear, we're gonna lift it up from the pumpkin of the differential. So I'll show you guys how to do that too, but all you gotta do is just put the jack under this point, jack it up however how you want, and she'll be good to go. But all we gotta do is just have these jacks under these jacking points. Now these are on the side of the car, as you can see. It's the driver's door right here, right underneath. Same thing on the other side. So now we're gonna lower the jack, have it supporting on here, and we'll jack up the rear after. Alright you guys, so since the sedan S63 is so freaking tail end long, you know, you got a lot of freaking space before you even get to the differential, because the differential is all the way over there. But that's the differential right there. Now we don't want to jack it up. We don't want to put the jack right on those fins, because those are cooling fins and they will crack and break. So you want to put it like right here, right under. Make sure you have like a little 2x4, some wood, you know, on the jack, just so you don't, just for extra protection. You can use wood or you can use rubber, but go ahead and do that first. And yeah, we're gonna jack it up and then we'll start taking this exhaust off. All right you guys, so for this section of the video I decided to just talk over, just because it was a damn mess. I was kind of just all over the place right here. But the tools you're gonna need Torx bits, T45, T47, and T40. You're gonna need e-torque size 12, a ratchet of some sort, a pry bar. If you don't have the exhaust removal tool from Amazon, it's like $20. I recommend it because it made the job a hell of a lot easier. Some PB blaster if you don't have any, some medium strength thread locker. I'll show you guys where to put that when we get to the video. And you're probably going to need a torque wrench. I didn't use it. I probably should have, but I didn't. But yeah, I was kind of just rambling on about how cool that tool was, and obviously power tools if it'll make the job faster. And yeah. All right you guys, so we're on the bottom of the car now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start by just lubing everything up and with some WD-40 and disconnecting the little wiring harness up here for the exhaust valve actuators. We're gonna take those off and take off, you know, these. Well, actually we'll probably leave these on for now as we loosen it up further down, just because we don't want these to flop on us, you know, because these things are extremely heavy. So things first, spray everything down, every nut, every bolt, every exhaust hanger. And once you have done that, then you can actually start removing, you know, section by section. Didn't really know what I was talking about right here. This is one big heavy piece from the downpipes all the way back. So yeah, not section by section. Alright you guys, in order to take these little wiring harnesses off, you just want to have some pressure applied on this, because it's going to be sitting like that. You want to have some pressure applied on the top, and you just pull it out. And that's really about it, because you pull this back, that's a little locking mechanism on there. So you just pull that back, pull it out, and you're good to go. Alright you guys, so now we're kind of in the middle of the exhaust, and this is what we're going to need the T45 for. It's going to be this bracing right here. We're going to need to remove this. All right, you guys, so this is where you're going to need to get that medium strength thread locker, because I believe these came with thread locker from the factory, because as I was taking it off, there's like some blue substance on it. So after you do that, just reapply that Loctite on it once you go back to install everything. It's just 3 of them. And all we got to do is just drop that down so we can drop this part of the exhaust down, and we'll be good to go. All right, you guys, I kind of forgot to tell you something too over here. So this is still kind of the middle. We already took that bracing off, so I mean, it was really nothing to it. Just be careful not to round out those torques, because they're very easy to round out. So I recommend just breaking them off with a ratchet. Make sure. And honestly, some of you guys may need some damn heat. You know, I mean, I might even need it, but it's looking like I might not need it that much, because everything still looks pretty decent down here. But this is a size 15 regular socket. All right, you guys, so right here, you actually don't need to even mess with this bolt. This is a size 15, like I said, but this is if you're going to be removing the downpipes as well. You don't necessarily need to even touch this. Well, you actually don't need to touch it at all. So if you're not doing the downpipes, just leave this alone and disregard what I was talking about right here. But yeah, on to the video. All right, you guys, so to take these inverted torques off, it's going to be a E-torque E12. E12 is what you're gonna need. Now I just got this little set right here off of Amazon. Pretty inexpensive, to be honest. It comes with various sizes, and you're definitely gonna need this if you have this kind of car. All right, you guys, so to use this little tool right here, it's pretty straightforward. I already took one off. All you gotta do is just put that in right there. I'm trying to do this with one hand, sorry. And then all you gotta do is just press on it and it'll come out. So let me see if I can set this up somewhere where you can see it. So it's pretty damn straightforward. I mean, yeah, I know you guys are probably sick of me, dude, but holy crap, did I make this look not straightforward and simple at all. I was freaking struggling taking this damn thing off, as you can see, but you know, we progress, so let's move on. All right, guys, there's like also another thing that I found out that you're gonna have to do, and on these AMG tips right here, you're gonna have to take them off, because the exhaust actually kind of sits in them a little bit. So if you try to drop it, it'll just put pressure on these, mess them up. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need a T40 Torx bit, and all you gotta do is just unscrew them. I'll show you right now. I don't know if you can see them, but they're right here. Oh, fell right on the camera. You're gonna come up here and you're gonna push it in. Here, let me hold you with my knees right quick. So I kind of took the exhaust off the hangers, that's why it didn't want to slide in. But there you go. So before you take the hangers off, just make sure you take this off first. You just, as you can see, it has tabs right here. And once you undo the bolts, you just slide it back and it'll come right out. So alrighty, folks, I kind of fought this for like 10-15 minutes, but I managed to get this thing out without doing any cutting. So how I did that, I'll explain right now. Actually, don't forget, there's a little tab that connects this wiring harness to the exhaust. So do not forget to, push it off before you bring it down, because you will mess up this wire, and it's on both sides. You're gonna want to take this bracing out, but you don't want to remove it. What you want to do is you just want to take that bolt off, and it'll give you enough clearance to kind of just yank it out. And obviously we're just gonna thread that bolt back in and torque it down properly to spec. This thing was freaking massive, as you can see. That's my hand for size. What I kind of do is hold it up right here with my knee as I am unbolting it. Just in case I didn't tell you, T40 Torx. So now that we have it off, you kind of want to twist this thing like that, you know, as you pull it out. So it shall come out. All right, now she is out. No, I probably may have messed up, but you know, I can just get bolted right back up. It should be fine. Exhaust from Alibaba. And if the thing has a exhaust leaks or anything and I'm screwed, you know, then I could just throw this back on. That was my excuse, so don't cringe at that. You guys probably are cringing at that right now, the AMG techs and all that, but I think it'll be okay. The new exhaust shouldn't need any of that just because it's multi-piece. I shouldn't have to shove in an entire exhaust. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on that later. All right, guys, this is it right here. I kind of unpacked some of it yesterday, but this is the titanium. Look at that. Look how beautiful it looks. Look at that. Damn. Damn, that look good. I mean, not too bad from Alibaba, to be honest. Not too bad. Look at the damn size difference on that muffler. I'm trying to put it down without scratching it up. Look at that crap. Holy smokes. Now we do have to take this off and put it on the new one. So. Alright guys, I'm back again. So right here, I actually could not reuse the stock OEM valve actuator. And the new exhaust actually came with its own setup. So just forget that I said that. It'd be a lot easier to put on. Obviously, because it's multiple pieces, not one massive piece to throw on there. This entire package is like 38 pounds, I think. So I think if it was stainless, it would still be a bit heavier than 38 pounds for the whole system, but yeah, let's get it in. Alrighty guys, so this is how it's gonna go. This is it right here. As you can see, multiple connections. You have that one, and then you have the one that goes over there. And then you have another connection right here for the mufflers. But, I mean, everything is just pretty much reverse what we did, except we're putting in a new exhaust that is a lot better than the regular one. And is that you want to wear gloves because your fingerprints and oils from your hands will stain the exhaust whenever it goes through its first heat cycle, like your fingerprints and stuff. If you do care about that, before you start the car, make sure you just wipe everything down, you know, with the microfiber towel. Clean all the fingerprints and you'll be good to go. All right, you guys, so we got these installed now. Like I said, they just go where the factory mounting was, but we're gonna leave everything loose. Like, we're just finger tight. Everything is gonna be loose though until we have everything in. We don't, because especially with titanium, since it's thinner wall metal, you know, tubing, it's more vibration, and if it's touching, like, you know, the heat shield, it's gonna be rattling on the inside of the cabin, and we don't want that. So we're just gonna make sure everything's properly lined up. We can still move if we need to. Torque this down. These are actually a T47, not a T45 like I thought. They're a T47 Torx. So, and yeah, these are T45s right here, as you can see. All right guys, I'm back again. So right here on those two bracing points right here, what you want to do is you want to just leave those completely off, leave those bolts completely off. That, because even though the new exhaust was in sections, I still had to keep that exhaust up to install and properly align the new exhaust. So just make sure you just leave those braces off and you'll be good to go. Alright, you guys, so I kind of ran into like a little standstill or a stopping point right here. So the exhaust control valve system that it came with is this little box right here. And these long wires are gonna have to somehow, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get these down below, because I can't use, can I use the stock wiring, because these are 3 pin, and these exhaust controllers are freaking 2 point. I got it from Alibaba. They didn't give me no damn like instructions on how to do this. This big wire just connects to the inside, so I'm gonna just leave this here, you know. And it seems like it has a bunch of plastic grommets to take off. Probably have to take these off too, just to slide this out, but we're just gonna try to do that. And I'll let you guys know exactly what I did once I figure out how to do it. All right, you guys, so I got everything buttoned up, and now I just gotta, you know, start it up and see how it sounds. But before we do that, I kind of want to show you what I had to do. All right, so it's kind of janky. I already taped it up, but I did end up making another hole. All right, folks, so this section of the video is kind of complicated. So right here, I had to drill 2 extra holes that were 5/8 in diameter to fit the little wiring harness that the exhaust came with. So yeah, I had to drill 2 separate holes for that, just because I didn't have a drill bit. But once you do that, you'll be good to go. Now it was just right next to where the OEM holes are. Now I recommend, you know, sealing this up with silicone, so you don't get any moisture or water inside the cabin. But since, you know, it was about to start raining, I had to hurry and get it done. So you want to do that, and definitely don't use tape like I did. And once you do that, you'll be good to go. I mean, everything was very easy to take off. Everything was just clipped on. All you had to do is pop it off and, you know, just push it back in, and you were good to go. So just let me know if you have any questions about this part of the video, and I'll answer them down in the comments. See ya. Alright guys, so right here I was a bit confused because the exhaust sounded a little too quiet for my liking. You know, and that was because it came with the valves closed. So I was trying to operate this damn remote and it was not doing anything. So I was like, what the hell? You know, that's why I had that confused look on my face. So the damn remote didn't come with batteries, and it didn't take the coin batteries that you would think that it would take. So I actually had to go find the damn actual batteries that it took. And I'll show you guys right now in the video what those batteries are, just in case you might get the same exhaust that I did. So yeah, here you go. But yeah guys, that's pretty much the end of this video. This last half of the video I was just kind of trying to see what the hell to do. I was trying to figure out why the remote wasn't working, and I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together. But you know, just let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll do my best to try to answer them, you know, because this is my first time kind of doing something like this. So forgive me for the mistakes and all that, because there's a lot, I know. But just let me know what you guys want to see next. Towards the end of the video, you're just going to see the exhaust in action, and it sounds freaking awesome. I can open and close the valves when needed, you know, and full control over it. And another thing that I kind of forgot to tell you is that you're going to have to kind of tighten up the bolts once you get it up to the first heat cycle. So after that, you got to check to make sure everything is torqued down properly. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think, and like, subscribe, comment, you know. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and I'll keep you guys posted. You know, thanks for watching, and enjoy some sound clips from the whip with the new exhaust on it.